When I was a first year, I ended up getting an Launchpad. You take any idea that you have and you're super passionate about, and the school, and more specifically, like our administration, will support whatever that dream is and help you learn everything about entrepreneurship, how to raise funding, how to found a company, and what it means to really be an entrepreneur.
Hi, today's guest is a current Stevens AMP student and senior. Please welcome Aidan. Welcome to Find Your Flock.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Excellent. We'd love to get started by having you introduce yourself to everybody, where you're from, and what kind of drew you to Stevens.
Hi, I'm Aidan Ruck. I'm a 4 out of 4 senior graduate student. I'm from South Jersey, more specifically Burlington County. And what drew me to Stevens was definitely the academics, just the focus and really the whole experience. For it's hands-on, it's theoretical, it's everything I wanted and more. I wanted something that would challenge me, and I knew that I would find that here. And also, it's frankly a beautiful campus, and you can't ignore that fact whenever you come tour.
It is. I love it when it's sunny, and I also love it when it's cloudy, and the buildings peek out from the clouds. Love that. So what drew you to computer engineering? Did you know coming into Stevens that's what you wanted to study?
Yeah, in high school, when I sort of decided that I wanted to do something engineering related because I really enjoyed the challenge of, creating something or figuring it out, I sort of drew closer towards more specifically electronics and computer hardware. And from that, I started looking at different programs that Stevens offered, and I decided that computer engineering specifically would be the best fit because I realized that I could use the things that I learned there to transition onto more specifically like hardware engineering.
Definitely. Do you want to take a stab at describing what computer engineering means for someone who may not know what it's about?
Computer engineering is a pretty broad field that connects everything from software engineering and CS all the way to electrical engineering and wiring and things of that nature. Depending on what you are interested in and the classes you take or the way you want to go, I think you can apply it pretty much anywhere in there. I'd say computer engineers are also quite skilled at what's called low-level programming, which is um, as close as working in like ones and zeros to the computer as you can really get. So it's everywhere in between, and it really depends on your niche.
Excellent. So now you're not only a senior, you also have already started your graduate program. You're in our
Mhm.
accelerated master's program, is that correct?
That I am, yes.
Oh, excellent. So tell us why you decided to choose the accelerated master's program. We call it AMP for
Yeah.
users if you search that.
I always knew that I wanted to pursue a higher education degree because I know that it would make me more nuanced and sort of have the upper edge when I was looking at jobs, or sort of give me time to figure out what I was really interested in and see where that would take me. And when I found out that Stevens's AMP program was a year or two at max, and you can start as a senior or junior in my case, and sort of keep going instead of having to take a year or two off and then come back and sort of get yourself back into the mindset, I was all in. Initially, I hadn't actually planned on completing my master's degree in 4 years, but as it happened, I could, and I think that that was something that's absolutely incredible, and most universities just don't offer.
That's amazing. But not only are you getting your undergraduate degree and a master's degree, you've also co-founded a company. Can you tell us a little bit about Launchpad and kind of your ISEM experience and how that all came to be as well?
Yeah, when I was a first year to this university, I ended up getting an invitation to join, or more specifically, to go to an info session for what is essentially a program that is here at Stevens called Launchpad. And what it is really just this startup incubator. So you take any idea that you have and you're super passionate about, and the school, and more specifically, like a few people in our administration, will essentially just support whatever that dream is and help you learn everything about entrepreneurship, how to raise funding, how to found a company, and what it means to really be an entrepreneur. And through that, I met up with some really good friends of mine who we all shared the same issue, and we said, well, this is what we're doing. Let's tackle it, no matter how hard it might be.
Awesome. And that is, you guys co-founded Aventix.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Aventix and the technology that you're using?
Yeah. Aventix is a blockchain-based online ticketing marketplace and platform. So think if you would like to go to a concert or a sporting event and you'd like to, buy a ticket online, that's the thinking is you'd buy it on Aventix.
Excellent. And you get to work with some of your friends and which I think that's great. How that's going. I know you've also, I mean, you seem to be very busy on campus in a fraternity, peer leading, TA. You want to tell us about any of your kind of extracurricular, kind of co-curricular activities?
Sure. I guess I'll start out with the thing that I did first, which was I joined a fraternity through Stevens Greek life, especially. I started learning how to put myself out there and be more involved on campus and what it actually meant to be involved on campus instead of just going to class and then going back to my room and taking care of my work. Um, I learned a lot of incredible life skills, especially just like how to talk to people and make new friends and what that like meant. From that, I went out of my way, actually through a connection that I had through my fraternity, to talk to a professor in the electrical and computer engineering department. And I gained that TA position. And very luckily, they invited me back for a second year. So I've been doing that now for 2 years. I've been teaching actually first year students how to code in C++, which is, funnily enough, the first language I learned as well. So it's a really nice full circle moment. At the culmination of all of that, I sort of decided to do the one thing that I thought would make me get out of my shell the most at this school, and that was apply to be a peer leader. I had met so many friends who ended up actually being a part of the peer leader program or interested in it, and it sort of gave me that final push to sort of go out of my way and get involved in that way. And I would say it was one of the most life-changing experiences I've had. Um, for a lot of universities, because I have friends at other universities who are orientation leaders, they just sort of, oh, you're there for the first or second day, and then they're like, oh, come talk to me, and then that's it. But especially with the peer leaders and staying involved, uh, I, sit in a class with them every week. I think that that's truly incredible, and I sort of wish that I had the first year experience when I came to Stevens.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love our new first year experience course and how it helps the peer leaders kind of stay connected to the students. Um, so I mean, what advice would you give to students that are interested in hardware and embedded systems?
I would say a lot of your core classes aren't really enough, and to just ask professors to learn more. Um, One of the things that I did arguably too late was I went up to a professor I knew and then I said, "Hey, I know you're not teaching this class, but I really want to learn it. Is there any way that you can possibly help me with this?" And he was more than receptive and offered to give me all of the what were the course materials and even an extra board and a license to software that I would need to teach myself and really get that leg up. But I think taking advantage of the opportunities that Stevens has is probably one of the biggest things that you can do because as much as you can self-study a lot of this, it's if you're interested, you should, just reach out. I mean, there's no like all the professors here are so nice and they're more than willing to help you.
Do you have a favorite professor?
I have a few. Um, Two of them are going to be in the electrical and computer engineering department. Those are Professor Bernard Yet. He's actually currently my graduate, well, faculty advisor, I would say. Um, Incredibly nice, just one of my favorite professors all around. I would say also up there is Dr. Kevin Liu, just one of my favorites. I love going to class and staying after and talking about everything and anything and just what it means to sort of care and be interested in something. We've had conversations ranging from what AI, jobs may look like, all the way to sort of just entrepreneurship and even like I can't even describe some of these conversations, but every week it's something new, and I really look forward to that. And then rounding it out in the humanities department, actually, Dr. Virginia Kahn, I think that first in that first year, actually, when I had her for two classes, I think it was incredible. And I also had a lot of conversations that I was not expecting from what is more or less a literature class. Talked about everything from body building to, social media and, everything in between.
That's amazing. I love that. So, I know we have two different questions now. We can talk about your senior design project if you would like, or what's next for you. What are you more excited about?
Well, I feel like that is sort of the same question.
Love
My
it.
senior design project is actually Aventix. It's the company I founded. Very luckily, Launchpad and more specifically the Center of Entrepreneurship Experience allows you to sort of take those startups or programs that you might develop early on and keep working and bring them to the Design Expo. So I've kept Aventix, we've been working on that for about 3 years now, and it's incredible to be able to bring that, especially to Expo, and sort of work, especially on pitching. And then through that, I've been incredibly excited for the experiences that it's brought me. We're looking for, we're applying for venture capital investors. We're talking to venues and independent artists, especially in New York City. And the feeling that I might contribute to something that has the ability to really revolutionize the ticketing industry and what it means for live artists to like actually get paid from their shows has been really incredible. Just knowing that if nothing else, I tried and I made something work for at least a little bit, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Ooh, I can't wait to see the Ansari pitch competition this year. That'll be always fun. Lastly, give us your best pitch. Why should a student choose computer engineering at Stevens?
I think that it's so broad of a field that if you're a little bit unsure on what you might want to do, it gives you that space to sort of sort it out in your own mind. I've taken some interesting classes that I never would have taken if I weren't a computer engineering student. And I've got to say, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think that the professors in the electrical and computer engineering department are simply some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And it's honestly a blessing that I get to have such amazing professors because I think that it's very technical field, but I've never felt like it was out of my reach or something that I couldn't learn. And to that, I have to thank the professors here.
Awesome. So that is all the time we have for today. I want to thank Aiden so much for joining us and taking time out of busy research, senior design, Aventix schedule. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to check out our other episodes. Click subscribe and share. Have a good one. You've been listening to Find Your Flock Season 2. I'm Dr. Sandra Clavijo. Thanks for joining us as we help future ducks find their path at Stevens. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and share this episode with a future duck.